Oh my gosh. Oh, go ahead. Say it. Say it.
Well,
Say it.
all I gotta say is welcome to WrestleMania 40. We love professional
Wrestling.
wrestling. Ooh,
Oh, I got chills.
God, that feels
Oh,
good.
let's jump right into it, folks. Wait, this is crazy. Hit the music. Welcome to TFS Pod, folks. That's the 24/7 podcast. I'm your host, Rickard, and I am joined here by
The one-man band. And man, what a show. What a show. What a show.
Tremendous. We're going to hear us say that a lot. WrestleMania extra large delivered in style. Like, supersize me, folks. Oh, man. All right, that said, here we go. All right, not the best.
No, it's fine.
Here you go.
We're
having fun. We're having fun here.
That's
That's it.
We're having a good time.
Folks, we are TFS Pod. That is 24/7 podcast. It is a show of super fans slapping each other out with facts, opinions, and predictions.
Yeah, man. Yeah, baby.
Woo!
Yeah.
Also the home of Goldie, which, by the way, Lou, enjoy it while you can. We're 1/3 of the year in, and your lead, you haven't even been world champion at all this year. So, that said, we can't talk about prediction recaps without covering where the standings are. So, one-man band, if you would give us that line that everybody loves.
Rickard, get the scoreboard.
All right, folks, scoreboard here, and it is brought to you by Barnes and Noble Bookstores.
Nice.
Folks, let me just tell you, I am a fan of physical books. I like being able to read physical books, and literature at Barnes and Noble has never felt as real as when you can hold it in your hands, both your hands. Just lose yourself in a book. You'll love it. Support your local bookstore, specifically Barnes and Noble. I love them. I love them a lot. I'm not just saying that because, I like books or because it's a great place to meet people. But academics of the world, unite and go get yourself a book at this wonderful bookstore. Literature has never felt as real as when it's at a book. That said, in first place, I can finally say it. 6 points! It's me, Rickard! Woo!
Oh, boy.
Still on top, baby! Still on top! I'm walking away with that title! Oh! I can't wait. They're going to have to sterilize that title once I'm done with it. It's still early. It's still early. That's it. In second place, we have a tie because the one-man band's still at 5 points. However, actually, woo!
Yes, I'm right there. I'm still there. It's okay.
Yep.
It's okay.
Yep. Behind you, tied, having gotten a perfect score at WrestleMania Night 2, it is none other than main event Jeff, who is also at 5 points. Woo!
Man.
This man is on fire. 2 points at WrestleMania. Jeff, congrats. I want to say this genuinely. You are the second person since we implemented the perfect score rule to get 2 points at a WrestleMania pay-per-view. So the only other person to do it was Jay Few. And that was at WrestleMania 38, night 1. So way to go. Apparently, your name has to start with a J in order for you to get 2 points at WrestleMania.
I guess so. Yeah.
We'll see if anybody breaks that sort of curse. But way to go, Jeff. Super work. Don't take my title. I need it. I want it. I must have it. It is my precious. That said, behind him is 24/7 Lou at 4 points. He's hoping he stays there. As you can see, he is not happy with his standing in 4th place. 4 points at 4th place. Beautiful. Behind him, it's Osama Bin Diesel, who also got a point alongside me at night 1 with 3 points. 3 points. Way to go, Diesel. Everyone else is at 0. Say it with me, folks.
Including the Tornado.
What's going on, Tornado? No points. Look at that. Look at that. I want to hear it. I want to hear it. Come on.
I know why. Because he chose The Rock for every match.
Oh, he chose the Rock for every match. Actually, funny enough, he was really close on night 2, but Jeff with that perfect just outdid him. Him tremendously.
Yeah.
We'll get into that. We'll get into the standings on that. But hey, what's up, 24/7 Miami? I don't know what we're talking to ourselves. That said, that's the scoreboard. Back to you, one-man bands.
Well, gotta tell you, what a 2-night event. I gotta say, I think you said this, and I'm gonna piggyback on this. Would you say that this was the greatest 2-night event WrestleMania yet?
Oh, hands down, without a doubt, best 2 nights of WrestleMania.
Yeah, I'd have to say.
100%.
They finally pulled the trigger and did something right for a change, and they made everybody happy on night 2, which usually was the other way around. People got what they wanted on night 1, but night 2 was like, oh no, and I think it's a sign of the times. It's
It's crazy what happens when Vince isn't booking, right?
Yeah, no kidding. I'm
sorry. When Redacted isn't booking, there we go. You happy? You happy, WWE? I want to point out there is one exception to that rule, and it literally only took place because no fans were in attendance, and it was darker times. We weren't sure where the world was headed. And that was 2020, where we saw McIntyre win it on night 1 and Undertaker in his retirement match, Boneyard match in night 1, and McIntyre won it on night 2. That was the only exception to that rule. But ever since then, it's always been, no, we're not going to give you what you want. Dan O'Brien winning, Edge winning, nope.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. The result we wanted happened, but we didn't want the match, so that's why we weren't happy with the quality. And then after that, Cody losing, we weren't happy with that. And then after that, it was this one where we finally broke that curse. Way to go! Apparently, it took Paul Levesque to do it, but it happened. It happened. Woo! All right,
it did. Thank God.
All right. Hold on a second. Well, wait. Where's it set? Okay. All right. Cool. Here we go. So night 1 opened not with the ladder match, not with the Usos match. Jeff, you were the one that said it should have been the Usos match. It didn't happen. It was Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch, and I'm gonna say it, solid opener for what it needed to be.
Yes, agree.
Rhea Ripley getting that win, hard fought fashion. I know it was pretty cool, the spot where Rhea Ripley got the riptide, went for the pin on Becky in typical dominating fashion, where she just pins her like really hard against the mat and everything. Like, you know the pin I'm talking about, the suggestive one.
Yes.
And Becky kicked out, and it was like when Shawn kicked out of the Tombstone Piledriver that one time.
Yes.
And Taker had that face of like, what do I gotta hit him with to like win? Like the shock value, and that's just what WrestleMania is. Like finishers suddenly become transitional moves.
Right. Yes. We saw quite a bit of it. Hello?
Oh, what? Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I don't know what happened there. Was there some technical difficulties?
Technical difficulties. Well, I was gonna say Rhea Ripley winning with two riptides. She won despite coming out to a live band, by the way. So apparently that's usually how it goes. If you come out with a live performance, you have a greater tendency to not
win. By Motionless and White is the name of the band. Pennsylvania's own, actually. They're from Pennsylvania. So they are a very well known band, and that was cool opening. Overall, very good match. Had a feeling that Rio was gonna continue being champion. I feel like there's more gas in the tank with Rhea as champion as opposed to right now with Becky Lynch winning it. I feel like Becky winning the title would have been a little bit more boxed in this case. I think there's a lot more story to still tell with Rhea. So,
Yeah,
she's
agreed.
been a champion for a year now, which I think was the
From
right call.
WrestleMania, from WrestleMania to WrestleMania,
Yeah,
and
which is great. Mhm.
she capped it. Interesting fact here: Rhea Ripley won the title by beating one of the four horsewomen at WrestleMania, and she cemented a year with the title
By
by
beating
beating
somebody from
another horsewoman,
no. So
which means
so
Bailey,
so
you're next. No,
yeah. So who are the four? Who are the four horsewomen? There's obviously Becky Lynch,
Bailey
Charlotte, Bailey.
and Sasha Banks.
Well, obviously Sasha Banks can't be.
That's gonna be
That,
that's gonna be a while. That's gonna be a while.
yeah,
If
it's
she
gonna be
even
a
gets
while.
resigned, if she even gets
Yeah,
resigned. But that said, Rhea Ripley with a win over her second horsewoman at WrestleMania. Very impressive work by the Eradicator. And
yeah.
this match put everyone except for the Tornator on the
Uh,
board.
look at.
Beautiful. That said, here we go with the second match. This
Ah,
match was the spot fest of the night. I can
yeah.
see why they didn't open it with it. I can see why they didn't open with this match because it would have made the women's match fall flat. That said, we had two sets of winners in this. Winning the SmackDown titles were A-Town Down Under.
Which I called.
And
I called that.
yep, you called it. You did
I was
call it.
surprised by that.
I wasn't surprised. I feel like they deserved it. It was really cool that Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, who for like up until 2 weeks before WrestleMania looked like they were going to have no story, basically, came out. They won the match, and then I believe it was Grayson Waller ended up falling through the bridge ladder on the outside.
Yes, it was Grayson Waller.
Yeah, took one heck of a beating there.
Yeah, there were quite a few beatings that were taken here, and man, like shout out by the way also to Tyler Bate. Good God, Tyler Bate was it Tyler? Yeah, it was Tyler Bate that took that bump off the top of the ladder. I think it was Tommaso Ciampa who grabbed him and basically,
Oh yeah.
man,
Oh,
what
basically
a
the
drop.
war game spot.
Yeah,
Basically the war game spot, but without a table to pad your landing.
I mean, shout out to Tyler Bay for that one, man. Because good God, what a drop! And another thing, also shout out to him too for pulling off that helicopter move with
the ladder.
Finn Balor with the ladder still being held on. That had to have been hard because that I don't care what anybody says, that ladder weighs.
Yeah.
And then you got another person on your back who's a good 170, 180 pounds, and you're spinning them like a helicopter. Like if he would have spun any faster, he would have flown out of the stadium. And
hovered right up the ceiling.
I just had the funniest visual now thinking about that. But yeah, but shout out to him, and also
shout out to JD McDonough for taking that table spot.
Yes, I was just about to, and not only the way he took it. The way he took it was absolutely insane. I mean, he if he would have been a little bit faster, he would have hit the barricade. He would have hit the padding, no question. He still hit it, but I mean, he
could have been worse.
No, it would have been way worse. So shout out to those guys, man. Like willing to take those spots, willing to put their bodies on the line. So
another one that doesn't get credit. Johnny Gargano hit it one final beat. I believe it was on Pete Dunne on the table on the outside. Obviously, way better in terms of the spot, but it was essentially just like one straight DDT. I believe it was Pete Dunne. It might have been Austin Theory. I might be mistaken. One of them took that spot. right against the table on the outside. So crazy.
Yeah,
Um,
it was wild. I mean, there was like I said, quite a few spots, insane, moments. We saw the actual ladder buckle.
yeah,
It looked like it
buckle.
was I mean,
It had a court. That spot looked dangerous. There were refs trying to tell Damian Priest, "Hey, don't get on the ladder. The ladder is caving in on one side," and Damian
and he
Priest called an audible, and he went up anyways.
he was
Miz,
like,
when
get out of
Miz
the way.
jumped up there, when Miz jumped up on the ladder, it was very obvious. I was like, "Oh no!" But then they did a South of Heaven, and I think Priest noticed, like, yeah, the ladder's not safe, so they.
Right. And also one last thing before we, because there's so many things that happened here, but you and I saw it at Royal Rumble, and we saw it again here in this match. I know you know what I'm about to say, but we saw the hot tag once again,
Yes! Oh yeah, the spot.
which
He did the same thing at the Rumble. Oh my
he
god,
did the same thing.
R-Truth is
Yeah,
a delight. R-Truth is a
yeah,
delight.
he is. I mean, in fact, even the Miz was looking at him like, "What are you doing?"
What are you doing? Just
And
tag. Just get in.
and everybody was just like, "Just do it, man!" And
Just
then
do it. Yeah, he's not gonna
he
know.
he did it. He did it. Did the John Cena spot, right? I think it was. Did he do the John Cena spot? If I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken,
yeah. AA.
he pinned him, and
He
he
pinned
got
him 1, 2, 3.
and he got the win. He got the win within a win. He got the win within a match. Like, how cool is that, man? And
Oh my
then
god.
to top it off, he had the WrestleMania moment finally after almost 20 years. He is combined 20 years in the company, but his second stint, obviously, he's been around, since 2006, 2007, I think now. But we guess
Yep.
people forget he
2000.
was here.
Yep.
He was in the early 2000s as K Quick. He was a part of the
K
Attitude Era.
Quick. K
He was
Quick. That's right. When he teamed up with Road Dogg.
yeah, he was basically in the tail end of the Attitude Era, but he was there. So
Yep.
so yeah, so it's amazing that he got his WrestleMania moment. He took down the titles, which funny enough, he even said in the post match media with Pat McAfee. He said it. He goes, "Hey man, I was up there and I could feel the wind, and I had to, and then on top of that, I had to take those titles down. They weigh, man."
Yeah.
And so super. I had said the New Day, but you know what? I'm super glad that the Awesome Truth got it. Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm so happy.
I'm happy for R-Truth. I'm also happy for my boy. Miz is my boy, man. He's one of my boys. It wasn't a good night for most of my boys. I'll tell you that much. Miz getting that W, so great, so wonderful. I love the spot where Damian Priest realizes he needs a new ladder, and R-Truth hands him the ladder. And
Oh
I'm just
yes,
like, you know what? That wouldn't make any sense with anybody else handing him the ladder, but R-Truth handing it to him, thinking he's still in Judgment Day.
yeah, that's true.
That's such a great save. I'm like, that's so in character. And it's
So
so much more in character because the following night on the Raw after WrestleMania,
yes.
he came out and raised the tag titles.
Everybody was
While they were
going
celebrating.
Crazy about
He's
that.
like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And he's like, "What? I brought the tag titles to Judgment Day, and I know you guys don't like them, but I think we should add Miz." And Miz was like, "I don't want to be in Judgment Day." And then they teamed up with Cena, which is really great. We're jumping ahead. We're jumping ahead though. 6-way ladder tornado tag match. Great match. Great match. Spot fest all around. Wonderful. Wonderful. The right teams won, I want to say.
Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree that the right teams won. Judgment Day are no longer the tag team champions at all.
At all.
They lost at
the
all.
Titles have been split. Titles have been split.
Which I think was the right call. I think that needed to happen. But that's okay. Where one loss happens, another opportunity occurs.
Exactly. Well said. Well said. All right. Now this match did put me in the lead alongside Main Event Jeff and Osama Vin Diesel. And unfortunately, it did take you guys out, I think. So, solid work. You still had a chance to recoup with me, but even then, it would have cost you the match with Jeff and Diesel. But Otherwise, 2 points awarded for 3 competitors out of 7. Next match, and this was the match that basically made sure nobody got a perfect score.
Yeah. Jesus.
Rey Mysterio and not Dragon Lee, he got replaced last minute on the go home show of SmackDown with Andrade El Idolo going up against Dirty Dom and I forgot his name.
You said Dirty Dom and Santos Escobar?
Santos Escobar. There we go. I forgot his name. Santos Escobar.
It's okay. We all have a brain fart moment. It's okay.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry. Him and Andrade. I was like, wait, isn't he just smaller Andrade?
Smaller Andrade.
Look. I want to start off by saying this match was essentially 5 or 6v5, and then not only that, more people came out to help Rey Mysterio with some football players from.
Oh yeah, from the Eagles. They used to be. One just retired.
Yeah. So 2 football players came out, mass wrestlers to help them out. It was like, WTF, what's going on? Boom. Perfect score gone. Rey Mysterio beats his son yet again.
Again. Like, come on, man. Like, seriously. I think at this point, the only way Dominic is going to get the win is if he retires his dad. Like, basically, a retirement match.
Dom is 0-3 at WrestleMania. Let's point that out.
He's 0-3?
He's 0-3. He lost to Logan Paul and Miz.
That's right. Wow.
Yep. And then he lost to his dad the next year, and then he lost to his dad again this year.
Damn, man. Wow. Yeah. That is terrible.
Dom, you gotta get a win.
You need a win, bro.
Preferably against your dad. You gotta avenge those losses.
Yeah, he really does.
Rock Austin, part 3. Come on. Get your win back. Retire your dad. Who knows? That said, I think this match was like probably the weakest match on the card because the card was stacked. This one was the one that I was like, I don't know, especially with the football guys. Like,
yeah, it was a little...
I wasn't feeling it. That felt overbooked. Like, shouldn't the good guys not have that many people on their side? I don't know.
I agree. It wasn't that. Like, it really
wasn't. It wasn't that it was a super bad match. It was okay, run of the mill. It was just all the other matches went out of their way to just be great. That's what I'll say.
I agree.
Yeah. All right. That said, this match put Diesel and myself in the lead. What? I don't remember picking Ray. No, whatever. Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso. This was the match that really set the point. Jey Uso finally getting a win over Jimmy. We did have that spot where Jimmy pleaded him and told him, hey, let's make amends mid-match. And Jey said, okay, cool. I'll let's let bygones be bygones, bro. And then Jimmy betrayed him again.
Yeah.
Not to get a win or anything. He still lost. Jey finally getting his win back against Jimmy. A lot of people surprisingly win Jimmy on this match, which I don't get. That said, boom! There we go. That's the correct scoreboard now, because I don't think anybody got a point off of Dom losing. That's the correct scoreboard post-up. Jimmy and Jey. This was the match that set it in. And then we had Power Buff Girls, as main event Jeff calls it, go up against 3/4 of Damage Control, not counting Io Sky. And Jade Cargill, I called her Cora Jade. Jeez, too many Jades in WWE. Yeah. Jade Cargill, Naomi, and Bianca Belair got the win over Damage Control, with Cora Jade looking superb in her debut WrestleMania match. I'm still curious to see how she does in singles competition. It looks like she's doing well though. So far, so good. So good. This match, I say, it was slightly better than the Dom match, only because less over the top booking and weird cameos. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't think anybody picked Damage Control except for maybe the randomizer. So, yeah, me and Osama bin Diesel tied, and then here we go. Here we go. I'm going to say this was match of the night. Screw the main event. Match of the night here. My boy, Sami Zayn, he got his pep talk from Chad Gable. It was a reference to Rocky, the Rocky 4.
Yeah.
He says, you owe me one. You owe me one.
Rocky 3.
Rocky 3. There we go. You owe me one. Rocky 3. Sami Zayn starts walking towards the entrance. And you see him meet Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens gives him a pep talk also, which I was so sure that meant Kevin Owens was winning night 2, but that was a red herring. It was a ring. Either way, great match by Sami Zayn and Gunther. Superb showing all around. Sami Zayn never got his chance to win the Universal title against Roman Reigns, and actually, like, to this day, some people still think it should have been Sami versus Roman going into WrestleMania last year.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what we got. We got what we got. It was great. Sami Zayn got his redemption moment against Gunther. He beat Gunther in front of his wife, gave hope to his kid, ended the long title reign, the longest reigning Intercontinental title reign ever. Yeah. And a lot of long title reigns ended that this weekend. Gunther's title reign was one of them. So, and a lot of short title reigns were ended too. More on that on night 2.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sad. But that said, Sami Zayn getting the win and solidifying a point for me, regardless of the main event outcome. Yeah. Way to go, Sami! Woo!
I messed up on that, man. God.
That's what you get. It's like you said, never go against your boy Ginger Castro. He sure showed you.
Yeah, he did. That's what I get.
Yep. That said,
never again.
Last match, and I was idealistic on how this one would go, but I'm actually kind of glad that it ended the way it did, because we wouldn't have the stipulation for night 2 otherwise. True. It was Roman Reigns versus The Rock versus Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. And, thinking back on it, there aren't a lot of spots I really, overly remember for this match. Surprisingly, no outside interference for this.
Yeah, I was very surprised about this.
There was a lot of shenanigans with The Rock, saying, hey, you count, you're fired to the ref, so no countouts could be had. It was also kind of funny, because he's like, yeah, I'm the boss. What are you going to do? Screw your rules. I have money.
It's like, I have almost $1 billion, or probably it does have $1 billion at this point.
Yeah. So he was like, The Rock was basically just saying, yeah, what are you going to do? I'm the boss, so don't keep counting.
You count, you're fired.
You count, you're fired. You count, you're fired. I don't know why The Rock is suddenly from Brooklyn, but you count, you're fired.
I'm from New York.
Literally.
That said, match ended with Seth on the outside, taken out by Roman, and then The Rock was in the ring, and he hit a rock bottom, set up, people's elbow, boom, 1, 2, 3. Cody did not kick out.
Nope.
And he was out of it. It was Bloodline Rules night 2. Night 1 ended with everybody feeling dejected. It wasn't over for Cody, but it was basically near impossible.
What a steep hill climb it was going to be.
Yep. They went all out with it. They took a beating though. They did take a beating.
They sure did.
And now with that, we're going to jump into night 2.
Yes.
After pointing out that in night 1, I got a point alongside Osama Vin Diesel. I don't know why my crown is smaller. That's got to be our editor. Way to go. That said, here we go. That's how the night ended. It was The Rock holding the People's Championship, which he got awarded to. He was awarded
Muhammad Ali's widow.
By Muhammad Ali's widow at the Hall of Fame. And Roman Reigns raising the undisputed WWE Universal Championship. So
they said part of the reason why The Rock came out with that title is to make it to where that Cody would be the only one that didn't have a title. Because
Seth had one too.
Yeah. So they said that was part of.
You know what? I like that's a very good touch to the storytelling. I like it.
It is. Yeah, it's very, very, very a lot of very telling things happened.
A lot of small things that all were sprinkled in to make it really, really great. Here we go. Night two, which started. Well, night 1 ended like that. Here we go. That was the scoreboard. Let's go. Night 2. Come on. both my boys, Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. And we had CM Punk on commentary. This match started the show. And how funny was this when we were watching the match live?
Oh yeah.
That we were saying, what about if they do it where Seth goes in the ring, he's dancing around with all those Mardi Gras people and all those weird get-ups. He's too focused on all that. He turns around, Claymore kick, 1, 2, 3. And what do you know? How did the match start? Seth bell rings, Claymore kick, but it only got a 2 count.
Let's just say if you would have been able to bet on that and it would have been like 10,000 to 1 odds and you would have put like $20 on that, you'd have been a rich man.
Yeah, oof. Claymore kick to start it off. It took 5 Claymore kicks by Drew McIntyre to bring down Seth, but he did it. There was a lot of back and forth. It was crazy. McIntyre won it, and him and Seth shared a look. Seth looked dejected. He had the skeletal tape all over his back from how beat up he was from the night before.
Yeah, and you could see he looked at Drew and he pointed at him and he was and you could see the words mouthed off like, you deserve it.
You deserve it. You earned it. Yep. McIntyre did not make a fuss about winning the title, his first ever world championship, in front of a live audience from the pandemic, not counting TNA, of course. But we thought it would be cool. McIntyre had his wife at ringside, gave her a hug, gave her a kiss. And then he went to gloat in front of CM Punk at the announce desk. And that's when things took a turn. 5 minutes after winning the title. Well, everybody got a point off of McIntyre, but no. Why was this not included? Okay, we're going to cover this. McIntyre goes to gloat in front of CM Punk. CM Punk's on the announce desk. He lets McIntyre gloat. He lets McIntyre do the DX chop, basically tell him, screw you. McIntyre standing on the announce table. What happens? CM Punk sweeps his legs out. McIntyre falls on the announce table hard. CM Punk gets up, takes off the brace, uses the brace as a weapon, hits Drew in the face, keeps stomping away at him. Damian Priest's music hits, and a big old smile comes across CM Punk's face as he sits on the desk to watch Drew take a south of heaven after Damian Priest, previously known as what was his name?
Punishment Martinez.
Damian Priest hits a south of heaven after cashing in the briefcase. 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre's reign of 5 minutes 46 seconds
is over.
Ended.
And how poetic! You got a guy who was telling CM Punk, I wished for your injury. I wished for you to this happened, and then this went down.
I prayed for this, and it happened.
I prayed for this, and it happened. And look at what Karma did to him in the back. Look what it did to Karma. And CM Punk got the ultimate last laugh, because not only did he cost him the match, it cost him his title run, but the very next night
he cost him the number one contendership match. My boy, I wish Lou were here. Because Lou complains about how much of a jerk he thinks CM Punk is sometimes. I'm gonna say it, Lou. You were right. CM Punk did my boy dirty, not once but twice. That is just petty, okay? Drew McIntyre did not deserve that. But most importantly of all, I am upset because we did not see Drew McIntyre get the reunion he deserves, okay? And let me tell you this right now. If he's going to go after Judgment Day, he's going to need some friends. And I can think of at least 2 other guys, plus him, otherwise 3 guys who could, these 3 men can form a band to take on the Judgment Day. Bring back 3MB. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you said it now.
That said, 1-1 everybody. And here we go. This was a match that screwed up a lot of people. It was The Pride, otherwise known as Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, going up against Karrion Kross and the Authors of Pain, Akam and Razor. With, it's not shown here, Bubba Ray as the special referee, which was the thing that screwed over Karrion Kross. He didn't like a 2 count. He got in Bubba Ray's face. Bubba gave him a shove. Then the Street Profits and everybody teamed up on him. They did the what's that? month.
That was funny.
They
I
got
had
it. Yeah,
I had a
that
good
was
time
great.
watching that.
Not as funny as when they put Karrion Kross on a table and then the table broke before anybody else.
Yes. Oh my God. We were there watching it, and then we saw that table just buckle. We were like, "Oh, that was a botch."
Oh my gosh! Not only that, they gave him a caning for that botch. Like they went to go get another table and they gave him kendo stick strikes to pass so that there was filler. Good improvising. Street Profits and Bobby Lashley got the win. I don't like how they're booking the Final Testament, but it was a fun match for what it was. This match put Main Event Jeff and the Randomizer in the lead and put us out of contention for the night.
Yeah.
Very sad. Very sad.
So early.
That's
But it's okay. We got to enjoy the night regardless. So
yeah, no, more on that in a bit. But yeah, next match, it was L.A. Knights.
Yeah.
Going up against AJ Styles.
So I forgot who it was. It might have been Wrestling with Regret that said, it's Los Angeles Knight versus Appleton Jonestown Styles or something like that. It was funny. It was like a funny town or something like that. It was hilarious. And so shout out to Wrestling with Regret for that one. Brian Zane, that was a good one.
Yep, that was a good one. All right. That said, LA Knight got the win.
Yeah.
Of course, he came out with the Slim Jim car.
Yeah. Pretty much everybody that was sponsored by an event, like pretty much won the match. Which, by the way, I don't know if this was coincidence or not, but I don't know if it was if we've covered it yet, but there were matches that were sponsored by Wingstop.
I know where you're going with.
And Gin and Juice.
Gin and Juice.
You can put two and two together and figure out who won those matches.
Oh, I'm not even gonna. We're not gonna say anything about that, dude.
No.
But let's just say if you can't put two and two together, then you're just a
dummy. Yeah.
Good one.
That said, the winner of this match was
L.A.
Knight.
Yeah. That was good.
Oh man, good one for LA Knight. He won his debut WrestleMania match.
Good. I'm happy for him.
All right, here we go. Main Event Jeff in the lead, 3 points versus everyone else's 2. Next up, it was Kevin Owens versus Logan Paul versus Randy Orton in a triple threat match. Fun match.
Very, very fun match.
It was fun from the entrances too.
Yes.
Logan Paul came out in the Prime truck, sponsored by his drink. So
yeah,
there was all that hype.
He shot the WrestleMania sign, and then
Yeah. No, he came out in the truck, and then Kevin Owens had that nice moment with Sami Zayn in the back where we thought, oh man, like, does this mean Kevin Owens is going to win? No, it doesn't. No, it does not. But Kevin Owens came out, and to his credit, added some super humor there.
It was funny.
He got in the golf cart, and he said, "You're going to come out in the truck. I'm going to come out in the golf cart." Got in the golf cart, drove halfway down the ramp. Randy Orton's music hit. Kevin Owens stopped, and what has to be the first time in WrestleMania history, looked back, put the golf cart in reverse, and told Randy, "You want to ride? It's a pretty long walk." Randy said, "Sure." He got on.
He got on the back portion, and there's a moment where they're going down the ramp, and he told Kevin Owens, "Hey, slow down." It's like he put his out there. He put his hand out like, "Hey, I'm about to fall." It was really funny.
Hey, look, Pedro Azzola gave it a 4.25 out of 5 stars. You know what?
Yeah, I'll be okay with that.
I'll agree. I wasn't a fan of Logan Paul winning.
Yeah, I wasn't either.
But I kind of see where they're going. The speculation is we might see LA Knight win it at SummerSlam against him, which I thought that was where they were going with the Elimination Chamber to begin with. But they did what they did. It was pretty cool. I'm wondering where this leaves Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. I think Randy Orton has a solid path going against Cody Rhodes for the title. And Kevin Owens, maybe after the draft, he fights Sami Zayn for like the 50th time. No. Crowd was definitely loving this match. Like, especially when the Prime bottle.
No, yes. Oh man, I remember.
To quote Randy Orton before hitting the RKO. Oh my gosh.
So true.
Oh man. That was fantastic. It was just that when he kicked the guy though, when he kicked the Prime bottle guy and took off the Prime gear, which was supposed to be cushioning, I was like, oh yeah, no, he's mad. That guy pissed him off.
Yeah.
Oh man. That said, when Logan Paul won, it was difficult. I was like, oh bro.
Okay, fine. I'm cool. I'm fine.
Yeah. Logan Paul winning basically ended our night on the scoreboard, but boom! Main event Jeff picking Logan Paul was basically in clear shot at the perfect score there. Next match, Io Sky versus Bayley.
Oh.
And no damage control. This was what did you think of this match, Drew? Or woman band?
Good match. I think we kind of knew what the outcome was going to be, but the story to the outcome was good. It was nice to see Bayley back on top. You know, she's been a champion a few times now already. I think this was they said this was her first singles match in WrestleMania, and she finally got the big one, which I'm happy for her. She deserves it. She's done amazing work all these years. You know, it's crazy to think now that she's been
Bayley was very over.
Very
rooting for her.
She's been in the main roster for almost 10 years now.
So Bayley has won the title at a WrestleMania before. I believe it was a Fatal 4-Way. However, they pointed this out. Bayley finally won it in a singles match at WrestleMania. Yes, Pedro, no one was reacting to Io. You're right there. Because let's face it, since basically the start of the year, her title reign has kind of just been there. Like, there's not really. Can you name a single title defense she's done since?
No.
Since the year started, I couldn't, except for this one where she lost.
Couldn't. Yeah, I couldn't. I wasn't like. Remember when I said that it was a forgettable title run? Like, she just looked like she was just there.
I wouldn't say it was forgettable. It was just clearly after 2023, they ran out of ideas for her, and they just said, "Yeah, we're just gonna extend the Bayley turn." Bayley wins the Rumble. Io Sky's there, and then oh man, Michael Cole. I did not even know that. I wasn't paying attention to the commentary there. She was very badly booked, making her seem like an underdog challenger. I don't know about underdog challenger. Oh, unless you're talking about Io.
Yeah,
that's her first. Wasn't this Io's first WrestleMania?
As
a singles competitor. Yeah, as a singles competitor. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. No, that makes total sense how they would describe Io then. This was yeah. This was her first singles title defense. Yeah, not a good showing for her. Not a good showing for her. I'm not gonna say she's bad. She does a killer moonsault. Let's not take away from Io Sky.
Yeah.
It was her bookings in 2024 that wasn't. She got lost in the shuffle. That's all I'm gonna say. Lost in the shuffle.
I agree.
Damage control has too many faces. Rating of the match. Let's give it a 3.5 just because it's WrestleMania. Great match.
Yeah.
Yep, agreed. Great. 3.5 stars.
I'll give it.
Even though we're not Dave Meltzer here, if you want star ratings, go to Dave Meltzer for that.
Yeah, he would have given it. He would have given it.
He would have given it 2 stars.
Yeah, he would have given it 2 stars because Will Ospreay wasn't in the match.
Yeah. No, if Will Ospreay was in the match, it would have been 5 stars. Guaranteed.
No, it would have been 7.
7. Oh my god! All right, we're getting. Let's not bash on Dave Meltzer here. All right, next match and the final match of the night. That's the scoreboard, folks. Jeff had it in the bag basically. It was Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. What can you not say about this match? Go ahead, one man band. Go ahead. Say what you thought. Say what you thought, sir.
All right. So we start out with a very, very iconic intro, and we see it looks like a battleground, and it looks like an inferno, and you see all of the American Nightmare flags in the background, and we see Cody Rhodes coming out from under the. They were calling it something. They called that like the Cody elevator or something like that. Well,
It's how he came out. It's how he came out. It's how he came out in WrestleMania 38. He came out from under.
And 39 as well.
And 39, yep.
Yeah, 39 as well. But this time he comes out with a skeleton mask.
Triple H
a la Triple H. Yep. A la Triple H. And who shows up right next to him? Brandy Rhodes. And she actually got a pop. She got a pop for being on the for being on the whole side of him and all that. It was amazing. And then obviously he has her take off the mask, and then he starts walking down the aisle, does his spiel. It was amazing. God,
Whoa!
Well, not only that, if you look in the background, the WrestleMania sign literally were in the colors of American Nightmare, like American Nightmare style. It was great. I mean, what storytelling. And then you get to the actual match.
Roman had a good entrance too. He
did. He had that choir. It was great. No, nothing to take away from Roman at all. It was great. Bloodline rules, which basically you would think meant that Roman Reigns had the advantage, because it was pretty much whatever I say goes pretty much at this point.
I want to speak to that. You know what I find interesting? Despite getting the advantage, Bloodline rules, you could have had this match start off with just The Rock, Solo Sikoa, Jimmy Uso, all of them at ringside from the very beginning. They could have all jumped into the ring at the same exact time and just started beating up Cody. I think it speaks on a creative level how overconfident Roman Reigns was and how badly beaten up Cody was from the night before. How he had this sense of like, of course I'm going to beat him. I'm the tribal chief. I've beaten him before. Yeah. Not remembering that the only reason he beat Cody last year was because of outside interference, because of Solo. It speaks to the hubris of Roman's character and how inflated his ego had gotten to. And I think that was a really nice touch, that the first 10 to 15 minutes of this match, because this match is a little long, the first 10 to 15 minutes of this match are essentially a 1v1 with very little outside interference.
Very little.
It's not until the second act where things really start to pick up in a very impressive way. And it reaches up to in the second act, I would say, if you don't want to watch the first 15 minutes of the match, which are just, it's the buildup, it's the setting the pace, setting the structure. It's not, Roman matches are not bad, but there's a lot of staring, there's a lot of walking around, pacing around,
a lot of putting up
moves,
putting the
ones, talking shit to the crowd. Pardon my language, but just be like, yeah, of course I'm gonna win. I could do this all day. I've been the tribal chief for this, all that stuff. A lot of pandering and like getting heat from the crowd. It's not a bad style. He's figured out how to do less. He's figured out how to do more with less.
Yeah. He's mastered it.
The person in charge of his social media account saying he can't wrestle. Go back to 2010.
Yeah. Well.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That said, Roman Reigns, his matches have a very, since becoming the tribal chief, at a certain point did reach a certain like pacing for it.
Very methodical pace. Yeah. Very methodical pace.
But it's not a bad style. That said, second act takes on a whole new world.
Man, we saw this. Sorry to interrupt, but we saw this obviously together. It was you, myself, the Torinator was there. The Torinator being obviously the
Diesel. Diesel was there.
Diesel was there. and a couple of other outside folks. Yeah, but but the Tornator, being the massive troll that he is, um, you know, he even acknowledged that Cody was going to win this match begrudgingly. He was like, unfortunately, but I
Sadly.
will say that the Tornator and the Diesel were saying some things that I'll wait till the end of the segment to say, but you had this match. I mean, literally, this is a 2-year build, literally a 2-year build to the day almost.
Yep.
And come on, it was in this case 730 days. Like, come on, it had to happen at this point, and then the lead up to it. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it started out with Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso.
Well, if I had to say where the second act would really start, it's when they do the announce table spot. Reigns goes to put Cody through the announce table. He does. They do the barricade spot on the outside. Cody spears Reigns through the barricade. I like that. At one point in the first act of the match, Reigns hits the crossroads on Cody Rhodes. It reminded me of Rock Austin, where they both did each other's finishers.
Yes.
Rhodes hits the spear on Reigns through the barricade, rolls him to the inside, goes for the crossroads, and Jimmy Uso super kicks him. Boom, super kick. Jimmy's signaling to Roman Reigns, get up, we're gonna win. Boom, Jey Uso's music hits, and we're like, okay, there we go. Jey neutralizes Jimmy. That makes sense. Cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Cool.
Roman sends Jimmy to go stop Jey. Jey ducks a clothesline from Jimmy. Super kick. Spear off the ramp onto a table on the outside. Both of the Usos neutralized each other. Jimmy Uso's been neutralized from the match. Boom. That's one member of the bloodline taken care of. Match still continues. Roman still has the advantage because of the super kick to Cody. He's still getting the advantage. He goes for it again. Cody reverses. Crossroads. Second crossroads. He's going for the third one. The scene looks almost exactly the same as last year. Who comes out? Solo Sikoa with the Samoan Spike.
Yes.
He drags Roman over Cody Rhodes. Drags Roman over Cody Rhodes. 1, 2. Cody kicks out. Go ahead, take it from there. Paint the picture.
If I'm not mistaken, right after that we heard the Shield music, right?
No. Hold on. You're getting mixed up here. Here we go. So he hits him with a small spike. Cody kicks out, and very telling here. Solo indicates, and he starts barking orders to Roman Reigns, and Roman actually kind of gets pissed off at this. He's like, "I know, I gotta win." He's like, "We're gonna win. Get up." And he's like, "I know." He tells Cody, get him up. Solo gets him up for the spear, sets him up. They do the spear Samoan Spike combo. So Cody takes 2 finishing moves at the same time. And granted, we've seen people kick out of this combo. Jey Uso kicked out of it in that tag match at the Saudi show last year. It doesn't happen often, so it was a good like misdirection there. Cody takes Samoan Spike and a spear. 1, 2, he kicks out. Solo looks pissed at this point. And I want to say this: we were criticizing WWE for not giving Solo Sikoa a story going into WrestleMania after having taken out, in quotations, John Cena. I now realize why he didn't have a match. Very good. Very well done by WWE.
Now, okay.
Because who should come out to make the save?
Well, okay. Wait, but we're missing somebody. We're missing somebody.
No, not yet. No. Seth comes out afterwards. Cena does come out first.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Cena comes out. Takes down Solo Sikoa, and unlike Jey Uso, actually hits an AA on Roman too, because it's like, screw you. Cody's taking finishers all around. He hits Roman with an AA, rolls to the outside, AA to Solo Sikoa on the announce table. Cena's laid out Solo. This is nuts. Everybody's going wild. So Roman's down, Cody's down. Anything can happen. What happens? The Rock's music hits.
That was a moment.
Say it with me. Say it with me. Thrice in a lifetime. We got to see The Rock and John Cena. We never got to see. They were supposed to do a third match. We never got to see it, but we got to see it. WrestleMania 40. Rock, Cena in the ring at the same time. Cena did the "You Can't See Me." Goes for the punch. Miss. Rock bottom. Cena's down and out. Cody's on his own. Rock gets the belt, the Mama Rhodes belt. And what music plays? Now he comes out. Go ahead, say it.
So it was now the Shield.
Yes. Oh my God, the hype.
And there was a moment. I honestly thought there was a moment. I said, did they bring Dean Ambrose back?
Right. Because why would they play that music?
Right. And then all of a sudden, it makes all the sense in the world because Seth shows up in full Shield attire and full Shield riot gear, and he goes, and because if I remember correctly, Roman Reigns was getting ready to hit Cody with the chair shot, or something like that. If I remember correctly, it was so, or he was going to do something to him.
Seth rolls into the ring with a chair. They were all looking at the entranceway. Rock was looking at the entranceway. He wasn't paying attention. Seth comes in with the chair. Roman takes out Seth with a Superman punch. So basically, like, he takes out Seth, but he's still too injured from the AA. So he sells it and he rolls back out of the ring.
Right. So
everybody was saying, like, man, Seth didn't do anything. Hold on, folks.
Yeah,
Hold on.
He did way more than
Seth. Seth is like they called him the architect of the Shield. So he comes in there with the mastermind, you know.
Yeah.
He was somewhere like, hey, what's up, guys? He was eating popcorn in the stands.
Yeah, probably was. But it was very telling because if you think about it now, Seth told Cody some weeks prior, he said, I will be your shield.
I won't be your sword. I'll be your shield.
I'll be your shield. And so telling because what happened 10 years prior? Seth Rollins was the
10
one.
years? Yeah. He was the one that broke the shield up.
Broke the shield
the chair
up.
Shot heard round the world.
To Roman Reigns. And now look, the tables have turned. They're saying that Roman was probably so upset that he sees him.
Yeah, hold on. We'll get to that because before that happens, Seth gets taken out. I know. There's a lot to unpack here. There's a lot of symbolism, a lot of long-term storytelling coming into play. But we got to talk about this moment, dude. We got to talk about this moment. Seth's down. Roman's down. The Rock's going to take out Cody after that brief distraction by Seth. He's going to do it. They were pointing to the entrance ramp. You thought it was going to be Austin. I thought it would be Austin too at that point because I was like, oh, why not at this point? And then lo and behold, what did we get? We got the gong.
Well, that was
we got the gong. And then the lights went out.
That was amazing.
Now, a lot of people are saying this is fan service. Oh, why did Undertaker come out? It makes no sense. There's a lot of stuff here. Michael Cole, I believe it was, and maybe even JR have called Undertaker the conscious of the WWE. Maybe he took exception to the fact that The Rock said, hey, I'm the final boss of I am like the all-powerful one and all that stuff, and he needed to get put in his place. Maybe it's because 34 years ago, Undertaker in his debut match at Survivor Series eliminated Dusty Rhodes from the match, and 34 years later, he decided to throw a bone to a kid, Dusty's son, and give him an assist when he needed it most. At the show of shows, WrestleMania, or maybe, just maybe, The Undertaker didn't like how Roman Reigns was carrying himself in the yard, and he wanted to stick it to Paul Heyman for being the manager of the guy who ended his streak. Maybe. Just maybe. That said, welcome to the Hall of Fame, Paul. Taker got his comeuppance on you and Roman. And
what a
gave
moment.
Gave a choke slam to The Rock. Just as like a silent nod of like, yeah, the legends are with you, Cody. If you're gonna win it, you're gonna win it because none of the old timer, none of the past got in the way. Bell's not gone. Yeah, the bell tolls. You're right. That said, Undertaker takes out Rock. Lights go back out. We're back down to Cody versus Roman. Roman's up. He grabs the chair, and now we have the moment. Go ahead.
So so this is the moment where
He sees them both getting up. He can hit
Mhm.
either one. Who does he choose to hit?
he chooses to hit Seth because of all the hatred of 10 years ago with the Shield. He couldn't get past it, and he went for it. Had he hit Cody with the chair, who
He would have
knows?
won. He would have won.
He
He
probably
could
would
have
have.
won.
He could have won, but he let his hatred get the best of him, and that was that. Seth Rollins was literally the Shield. He
He
took the
took the
hit.
hit for Cody. He atones for his sins. A lot of people
atones
are
for his-
saying, look, some people are saying, oh, what about Royal Rumble 2022? Yes, we did see a similar spot when Seth came out of the Shield gear at Royal Rumble 22. But
Right.
remember this. There was a specific pot in that Rumble match where Reigns was hitting Seth with the chair, and he was just beating on Seth, and he was basically telling him, I will never forgive you. It speaks to Roman's character, how much that trauma got to him. He, after all these years, even despite all the success as the tribal chief, he was so hard on his family, his literal bloodline. He was so hard on them. He was so controlling. He was so scared, so paranoid, because he was betrayed long ago, and he never got past that trauma. And what did it cost him? To quote Thanos, what did it cost you?
It cost him everything.
Everything.
But talk
Everything.
about amazing long-term booking, and also
good point out, Pit Rat.
and
I
also
just want to say, go on.
And also, yeah, so exactly. Stone Cold spot was taken by the Undertaker. Yeah, which was what I thought. But in essence, like we talked about, I think it was better in the long term. I really think it was. Now that
I agree.
I really
Undertaker
think,
being the specter of WrestleMania that just comes in
yeah,
whenever
like
some grave injustice is coming up. I like that.
and,
That's pretty cool.
also huge shout out to Seth Rollins. Like huge shout out, because give the man the props. The man went literally, like he was the guy for WrestleMania, because if you think about it, the guy was in the tag team with Cody, lost that match,
He's the
lost
only
his
guy. He's the only guy that lost 2 matches
in one night.
this weekend.
Not in one night, but in the weekend. Yeah, he lost his World Heavyweight Championship, and he took a chair shot. Like
in a match he wasn't even involved in.
Exactly. Like, so let's give Seth Rollins his flowers, man, because that dude, say what you will, that guy is a consummate professional, and the dude exemplifies what WWE is about. Literally, like that guy.
Workhorse. That's why he's my boy. Seth is my boy. Rest,
Rollins,
recover. We want to see you back. You still gotta fight Pepsi Phil.
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be amazing. I can't wait for that.
Oh man.
Shout out to Seth Rollins, aka Kobe Lopez, who from Davenport, Iowa. The dude literally exemplifies what WWE is all about. Like, the guy went out there not once, not twice, but 3 times to do stuff, and he put everyone over. If that's not somebody you want to build around, I don't know who is. And you know what? He definitely earned that world title run, and he definitely deserves another title run after that. Yeah, definitely. There you go.
Yep. He earned his flowers.
Yeah, like he earned them. Like, give that man another world title shot, like, or another world title reign.
When he's ready. Give him a vacation. Give him a vacation.
No, the guy deserves it.
Oh man! All right, Seth takes the chair shot. Reigns drops the chair, goes to the corner, calls the spot. Ooh, ah! Goes for the spear. Cody kicks him. 1 crossroads, 2 crossroads. He tried doing the crossroads, 3 crossroads in a row multiple times. He finally hits the 3rd crossroads. 1, 2, 3. Cody with the win. Story finished, and everybody was emotional. Cole said it best. I love professional wrestling. Oh my God. Samantha Irving couldn't get through with the announcement without like tearing up. Everyone was emotional watching this. Everyone. Cody, like Cole said it. He's like, I have seen him since he was I have known him since he was a little boy. And he has finally completed his story for his dad. He did it for Dusty. He did it for his mom. He did it for his family. And he had everyone at ringside, all the over faces who were ever involved in Roman Reigns' title reign came out. Sami Zayn was there, Jey Uso was there, LA Knight was there, Kevin Owens was there. It was superb. Everyone was there. Seth was there. Everyone was celebrating. He called out Triple H. He called out Brother Love, who may or may not have been the one who got Undertaker to come help out.
Yeah.
Superb ending to the show. I loved it. WrestleMania 40. You can make an argument that it was top WrestleMania of all time. I think that match deserves 5 stars, by the way. A lot of people might disagree with me on that. I think that match deserves 5 stars.
Absolutely.
Just because of coalescing so much WrestleMania history. There were little nuggets put in there. A lot of people don't think about. Even though I say the first half is a little bit like a Roman Reigns match, we forget they have a figure 4. The pedigree was used. The what's his name? Roman Reigns uses the perfect plex. Like they were doing shout outs to different wrestlers who have been big names at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
and because let's face it, that was intentional. Randy Orton was there. That's another one. Oh, I can't wait to see him and Randy. 5 stars. Yep. Thank you, Pit Rat TV. 5 stars. There you go. Someone agrees with me. Well said. And let's not forget, Woman Band, you were there. Tornator and Diesel. My house almost became a salt mine.
Yeah.
From all the salt that was coming out from them, having had to see Cody Rhodes win, because they were not happy.
And what was the first thing that Diesel said? The first thing he said was like, "Well,
get ready for the ratings to tank."
And what happened the very next day?
Bro, sold out attendance. Like they had so many people in attendance for Cody Rhodes.
It was a record-breaking gate. So what does that tell you?
Record-breaking gate. Yeah, Cody's over, folks. Cody is over.
Most out the gate for Royal Rumble ever.
Yep.
Night after WrestleMania, broken record for gate. Come on, you're gonna tell me that he's not over? Come on, bro, please.
Super over. That said, let's just say it right now. I cannot wait to see what the next rivalry holds in store for Cody Rhodes. Folks, thank you for tuning in. I know it's been a long recording. We're going to be doing New Japan Pro Wrestling, Windy City Riot recordings on predictions coming up next. So tune in for that if you're interested. Thank you for joining us on TFS Pod. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.
Yeah. Woo!
I love professional wrestling.
Me too.